Today on CityCast Nashville, it's time for our Friday News Roundup. I'm joined by our executive producer, Whitney Pastorek, and producer Daniel Sumstein to break down this week's biggest headlines. A winter storm is headed our way. We've got tips on how to prepare and volunteer. Metro Council rejects downtown security cameras. The Tennessee Progressive Caucus sponsors bills aimed at limiting ICE's power. And Nashville is making its mark on the national food scene. It's Friday, January 23rd. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson, and this is what Nashville's talking about. Nashville, Tennessee. Brace yourselves. A winter storm is headed our way, projected to hit us Friday night through Sunday. This has been the hottest topic in town. Will we, won't we get snow? What do y'all think?
I've loved watching all the forecasts. They're like, we're going to have 3 inches of snow. No, wait, we're going to have 23 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Our friends at Nashville's for Weather have been monitoring the trends, and this forecast has been changing by the hour, folks. It'll probably have changed by the time you listen to this. But as of right this second, they are saying a winter storm warning goes into effect midnight tonight, will expire at 6 p.m. Sunday. Heavy mixed precipitation expected, total snow and sleet accumulations between 2 and 8 inches, and ice accumulations up to 1/4 inch. That's from the National Weather Service, Nashville. Expect power outages and tree damage due to the ice. Travel could be impossible. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511. And y'all, please stay connected. Follow Nashville Severe Weather on Blue Sky, on Instagram. Try not to follow them on the former Twitter where it's filled with porn bots. But stay tuned. Keep in touch. Check on your neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the National Department of Transportation started pre-treating roadways yesterday, and NDOT crews are equipped with 45 snowplows, some with cute names like Dolly Plowton, Ding Ding, and Frosty the Snowplow. Fun fact, 36 of these are brand new and state-of-the-art. What does that mean? Are they like smart plows?
Smart plows.
With Bluetooth.
Brought to you by Waymo.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, too soon, Whitney. And then also we have to report that the grocery stores were hit very hard this week in preparation for the storm. Whitney, you actually did some investigative research on this. What did you see on the ground?
Marie, it was terrible. It was so empty. I walked into the Inglewood Kroger, not traditionally a place where they have everything in the first place. And it was shelves were bare.
You shared some onions with a friendly neighbor?
We're all making soup. And the lady in line in front of me and I had both gotten a bag of onions because there were no individual onions. And I was like, hey, are you going to use all those onions? She was like, absolutely not. I was like, neither am I. Do you want to just split a bag? And she was so sweet. She gave me 2 onions. I asked if I could Venmo her for them and she laughed at me. Eggs were apparently at a premium. Everybody said Costco still has eggs. God bless them. I found eggs at a secret location in East Nashville that OGs will know.
Maybe if you DM us, we'll tell you.
Yeah.
But we will not say that. Share that secret right
Become
now.
a Nashville neighbor.
Become a CityCast Nashville neighbor.
Yes. We'll tell you where the eggs are if you join our exclusive
East
membership
Nashville
program.
egg location.
Yeah. I went to Ace Hardware yesterday to buy some firewood, and there was a line all the way back to the store, and everyone was buying sleds. So that was just like a cool vibe. Everyone was so excited.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Way to be prepared, Nashville. Too much so.
Right.
What are you doing with all the eggs?
Love it. Well, in other ways you can prepare is I would suggest going over to our website, nashville.citycast.fm, because our Hey Nashville newsletter editor, Margaret Kingsbury, wrote a guide to snowy days in Nashville, which I thought was incredibly informative. One of my favorite things that she said was the best sledding hill is the one you can walk to. So please do not drive on slippery roads to find a cool hill.
What else is happening, though, with this snow and freezing temperatures, Marie? We want people to know what our friends at Open Table Nashville are doing. What's their plan?
Absolutely. They've been super on top of it, knowing that the storm is going to hit. And one thing that everybody can do right now is check out in today's show notes their Amazon wish list, which includes hats, gloves, hand warmers. And what's neat about this is that you can order those things right now and they will be directly shipped to them so they can restock their shelves with these absolutely necessary items. And also, if you are comfortable driving in hazardous conditions. Maybe you have four-wheel drive, or you're from the north and you know how to handle the snow. From the north. I do not.
Minnesota.
I grew up here in Nashville. I cannot. I can't
Daniel,
drive.
San Diego, you need to be off the roads, my friend.
I ain't going nowhere.
Ain't going nowhere. But there's plenty of people that do know how to drive in these types of conditions. So if you are one of those people, Open Table Nashville is looking for volunteers to winter canvas starting Friday night through Wednesday. They're saying especially Saturday through Monday. We have neighbors who are sleeping outside, and so we need to keep them safe and alive. And by volunteering, you can do that. Also, you can check out their Instagram at Open Table Nashville. They're going to be updating that throughout this storm. And so please check that out.
Yes. Thank you, Marie. Elsewhere in Metro this week, there were a few other stories folks were talking about between desperate searches for eggs. Tuesday night was the first Metro Council meeting of the year, and the big item on the agenda was more discussion of how to use the $15 million public safety grant that the Nashville Downtown Partnership got from the state last year. Y'all might remember this memorandum of understanding deferred from the last council meeting of 2025. But instead of bringing that MOU back, the mayor's office put resolutions about 4 individual expenditures on the agenda for Tuesday. These were for replacement surveillance cameras, an armored vehicle, a tactical command post, and a mobile command center. As expected, public comment was staunchly against these resolutions. I watched the whole meeting. The only 2 people who spoke in favor of cameras directly were both in the hospitality industry downtown, and they were outnumbered significantly by those who spoke in opposition. Several council members spoke passionately against the cameras in particular as well. Many of them were wearing Abolish ICE t-shirts on the floor. And Councilmember Sandra Sepulveda even brought up the fact that as a brown woman, she's now having to carry her passport everywhere. In the end, council rejected the money for more cameras, but they passed the other 3 items. How do y'all feel about that?
I will say, with the national news hitting about what's happening in Minneapolis and ICE, knowing that this type of surveillance, the cameras, I believe that Zulfat Suarez was almost begging, it seems, for council members to vote down this, because even just the idea that ICE could use this type of equipment downtown is absolutely horrifying. Is this going to continue? Is this conversation just a cycle? Will this come back? Absolutely. It just seems like it's never going away.
I mean, yeah, but like, how many more times is the mayor's office going to try to bring some sort of surveillance camera technology back when it keeps getting shot down by the Metro Council? Right. It is either deferred or pulled or rejected outright, like we saw on Tuesday. And so the questions continue around Mayor Freddie O'Connell's change of heart on surveillance. Was very anti-surveillance as a council member, is now very pro-surveillance as a mayor. And I'm just curious when he and his administration will get the hint.
And Whitney, you've brought up, future Super Bowl plans with the new stadium and how that could impact these sort of conversations. The NFL is going to have certain requirements in place, and it's like, is that going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back that forces upon this city this type of mass surveillance?
Yeah. Speaking of ongoing conversations, the one thing that did not appear on the council floor was the non-binding resolution opposing the Boring Company's plan to dig their fun Tesla tunnels with pretty lights. That one got deferred in committee, largely because Boring promised to hold a public meeting with them on February 19th. So mark your calendars, folks. February 19th, Boring, live in person. This may have come thanks to Boring's exciting new local lobbyist, Sam Reed of Jigsaw. Y'all know Sam Reed, right?
8th and Roast Coffee.
There you go. What else has he lobbied for, Marie?
Well, the stadium.
Yeah,
acting. Is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Nashville Downtown Partnership.
Ding, ding, ding. Relevant to our previous story. He's also the lobbyist for Oracle. And he's also the lobbyist for Ryman, where his dad works.
Well-connected individual.
Indeed. We must mention that Councilmember Joy Stiles is officially running for mayor. I don't know how familiar anyone out there is with Councilmember Joy Stiles, but she's no stranger to conflict. She was heavily involved in the Metro Arts crisis a couple years back. She supports license plate readers and voted in favor of the downtown surveillance cameras. And she's been very open in saying that she doesn't want any more apartment complexes built in her district. She was also the creator of the Nashville Entertainment Commission and worked hard to create the Nashville Office of Entertainment. She was also instrumental in pushing the investigation that led the mayor to ask for 911 director Steve Martini's resignation after accusations of bullying his staff. So a whole lot going on there. What's y'all's level of familiarity with Councilmember Stiles?
She is always shouting out local businesses in Antioch and is very excited about Chinatown, the new development that's coming. So I've been following her on social media, and whenever she posts about food, that's how I know her.
To be honest, this is my first time hearing of her, which, yeah.
There you go.
But looking forward to learning more about her policies.
And finally, while this was somewhat in question when Joy did make that announcement a couple days ago, Mayor Freddie O'Connell is running again. And one of his first fundraisers coming up is in Franklin. Thoughts, feelings? What do y'all make of
Franklin?
That?
Franklin, Tennessee, not Nashville, Tennessee.
No, Franklin, Tennessee.
Franklin, Tennessee. And for only $1,900, you can yourself attend this fundraiser in Franklin.
If you go, email us. Tell us how it goes. All right, ad break.
Well, speaking of Steve Martini, Nashville's 911 call center, we found out, is often running with a handful of people trying to answer emergency calls. According to an investigation by News Channel 5, they reviewed some staffing reports and photos taken over the last few months, and sometimes just 2 or 3 dispatchers were working on busy Saturday nights, with more than 3/4 of shifts being below acceptable staffing levels in October of last year. This means wait times were more than 2 minutes, which that just feels kind of insane for a city of this size.
Can you imagine your house is on fire and you call 911 and it's just please hold for the next available
elevator
operator.
Music for like 2 minutes.
I mean, you know what this means, y'all? They need to actually update 911 Nashville to reflect only 2 people working in the call center, because when you walk, no, they have like 30. I think it's like lots of people, so many staff members who are paid a decent wage on a fake television show. Let's make it real.
We saw that December was another tough month with nearly 70% of the shifts in the red. But January seems to be off to a slightly better start with higher staffing levels earlier in the day. You know, if you're having an emergency earlier in the day, you've got a better chance.
Yes, please.
I'll plan my emergency.
Try to have your house catch on fire between 9 and 11 a.m.
And yeah, I mean, we touched on Mayor Freddie. He's said that safety is his top priority and is pushing surveillance tech downtown, but we can't even staff the lines that answer life or death calls. So like, where is the disconnect?
I don't know, Daniel. That's a really good question. And I'm surprised that some of our $15 million public safety grant couldn't go to 911 staffing, for example. To be fair, you know, he did ask Steve Martini to resign. So maybe with better workplace vibes, staffing will get better.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to work in what's already a traumatizing job paired with a toxic manager. So this is a shakeup that's long overdue, and hopefully we can repair some of these staffing shortages to keep Nashvilleians safe.
Another quick Metro update. After being shut for more than 8 months, thanks to the massive fire and structural damage, the lower levels of the downtown library's parking garage could be reopening to cars soon. According to the Nashville Scene, crews have been shoring up the damaged concrete and steel so folks can park again, but there's no firm date for the reopening. Meanwhile, the library itself remains closed, and Metro hasn't announced when people can actually walk back inside the main branch. When that garage opens, I will be there reporting live from my favorite parking garage in Middle Tennessee.
Yes.
And I cannot wait to interview people in real time about their excitement and how happy they are.
Let's celebrate the opening of parking. It is the most Nashville thing ever to get the parking open before the library, the crucial Metro service, the flagship branch of something that we all depend on. And y'all bitches are excited about effing parking. I love you so much, Marie.
I know.
As of right now, I'm still looking good on that bet, Marie. We'll have to wait and see.
Let's also look briefly at the state legislature. Marie, a fan favorite bill has returned to the floor.
That's right, Whitney. According to the Tennessee Lookout, Representative Afton Bain has brought back her bill to eliminate the grocery tax from last year. She's proposing we end the state's roughly 4% sales tax on grocery items and close corporate tax loopholes to offset the loss in revenue.
And much like last year, this has sparked a Republican bill in response, this time from Republican Representative Todd Warner of Chapel Hill, who's filed HB 1530. This would exempt food and food ingredients from the state's sales tax, and this would cost about $800 million in lost revenue. But unlike Bain, he doesn't have a plan to offset that. But, and this is fascinating, according to the Tennessee Lookout, he has suggested that the state could cut what? Private school vouchers to pay for it.
Ding, ding.
Juicy. Spicy. What's going to happen there? Can't eat a voucher, kids.
Nope, you cannot. The biggest legislative news from last week was a package of immigration bills that state Republicans worked on in collaboration with the Trump White House and Homeland Security Advisor Stephen Miller. Included in that package, which they're calling Immigration 2026, were bills that could require public schools, vehicle registration centers, city governments, and public health departments to verify, track, and report immigration status, according to the Tennessee Lookout. On Wednesday, the Nashville Scene reported that the Tennessee Progressive Caucus held a press conference to announce their own set of bills in response, including the Stop American Gestapo Act, already introduced by Representative Justin Jones. Other bills would bar ICE from using school or church parking lots as staging areas and ensuring that no state dollars will be spent in coordinating or complying with ICE agents. Y'all, is this set of Democratic response bills just as performative as what the GOP is doing here in Tennessee?
I think we have to ask about the balance of power when we talk about things being performative. So these immigration bills the Republicans are trying to pass, some of them are unconstitutional, right? Like using immigration status to bar kids from public schools. Some of them are already being done, like verifying immigration status during the employment process or when people are applying for benefits. And some of them are just ridiculous, like the one that says they want to pull over every trucker that comes into Tennessee to check if they're documented. Like, how would that even work? What would the fiscal note on that be? How much money is Tennessee going to lose because trucking companies don't come down I-40 anymore?
Yeah.
It's ludicrous to me. Most of these bills, in my opinion, are deeply immoral. So the bigger question to me is, what is the responsibility of the party in power? To me, the GOP has the burden of legislating, crafting legislation to improve the lives of the people they represent. And they spend most of their time, to your point, Marie, performing. Meanwhile, all that Tennessee Democrats can do is perform, right? Like, it's nice that Representative Afton Bain has refiled her grocery tax elimination bill, but there's a better chance that they're going to pass the Republicans one if they pass anything at all. So because the Tennessee Republican Party ensures that Democrats remain powerless here, there's not much they can do except like lob these volleyballs on fire over the net. They're not going to pass, but at least they're making noise. At least they're raising awareness. I mean, geez, Justin Jones was on frickin' Hannity this week.
I was just about to say, and it was not fun to watch. It made me very uncomfortable, but he really did hold his own.
I mean, Daniel, you're always kind of our local moderate. What's your take on all of this? Like, I know you in the past have complained about your leaders, no matter what side they're on, doing things that are more performative than they are practical.
I 100% agree that from a progressive side, it feels powerless. You know, the Republicans are in power. I think the sad reality is that, you know, you touched on that their job is to help their constituents feel safe. And for a lot of the Republicans in this state, that is what they want in order to feel safe. They are enacting policy that their constituents want them to. As immoral and unethical as we view that, like, in their eyes, they're doing their job for their voters.
Fair point. I'm going to be very curious to see how the footage and news out of Minneapolis and St. Paul will continue to trickle down into Tennessee. I mean, this is a week where we saw a 5-year-old wearing a Lilo and Stitch hat get arrested and shipped to Texas. A 5-year-old.
Yeah.
A 5-year-old.
And it's difficult for me to reconcile anyone's fears surrounding illegal immigration with the images of a 5-year-old getting arrested.
Totally. I do think there's also the crowd that they want stricter immigration policy, but they never signed up for any of this. Like, they're also very much against this. There is like nuance in all of this.
And like we hinted at last week, that, you know, these bills came in after we had already finished taping last week. So we didn't really have a chance to analyze them on our previous Friday News Roundup. But, you know, my biggest advice to everybody out there, again, regardless of your perspective on this, is that we've got a long way to go. Many of these bills are lawsuits, not laws. Many of these bills do things that already technically are being done. And some of them are just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So we will obviously stay on the story, and we encourage you to continue to follow our fellow media outlets here in Nashville, The Scene, The Banner, The Tennessee Lookout, Tennessean. They all have great coverage of the state legislature. And definitely just stay informed, stay tuned, talk to your neighbors.
And don't get on social media and assume that this stuff is going to be coming to Tennessee when these are just bills that are being proposed. I saw a lot of the fear-mongering type conversations online, and it's not good to catastrophize. So let's just, like you said, follow these amazing local journalists who are doing their jobs to keep us informed.
Mm-hmm. Marie, your therapist is really earning their money this month.
Shout out to Marta.
One, two, three.
Donna.
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 Good news.
Good news.
Wow, we're bad at that.
It's time for sports ball. The Tennessee Titans are hiring their new coach, Robert Saleh, coming from the 49ers. This is after they've had 4 consecutive losing seasons and fired their previous head coach, Brian Callahan, after a 1-5 start this year. The Titans do have the 4th pick in the next year's NFL draft. So hopefully this is the start of a new era for them. I don't actually mean that. And moms like him because they think he's hot. So there's that.
Okay. All right. 2 things. Number 1, there is not an NFL coach that is hotter than D'Amico Ryans of the Houston Texans. That is empirical fact. Number 2, isn't this always the start of a new era for the Tennessee Titans? Like, aren't they consistently starting a new era lately?
Yep. Feels like every year it's the start of a new era.
Also, my other question is, how come former Tennessee Titans coach Mike Vrabel, currently the head coach of the New England Patriots, how come he's so good at head coaching in New England when he was so bad at coaching here that he got fired?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Whitney, it's because the New England Patriots have competent ownership. Taking jabs.
No, I mean, fair shots fired.
Yeah.
But you know what we have? A roof. The New England Patriots don't have a roof. If the New England Patriots had a roof, the Houston Texans would have won that football game. I stand by that. Moving on.
Wait, I don't want to move on. I just want to keep looking at pictures of D'Amico Ryans. Hello. Wow.
Right?
Okay. I'm into sports. This is good. I didn't know coaches were hot. I was too busy looking at the men in tights. All right. Yes. Now on to my favorite topic, food. Nashville continues to shine on the national food stage. This week, Nashville was announced to have 4 restaurants on Yelp's national top 100 places to eat list for 2026. Can y'all guess them?
Well, one of them's going to be NoCo because NoCo is on every list.
That's
of
right.
everything.
NoCo. And then Deg Thai,
Ooh.
which is one of my absolute favorites I just had recently. And again, that place is outstanding and so much food. It lasts you at least 2 or 3 meals.
Nice.
I'm going to have pad thai for lunch immediately after this. Monell's was on that list.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
An oldie,
Which
but a
that's
goodie.
great. I know.
love
And then
Monell's.
Buttermilk Ranch, which I will admit I have never been. I feel like that's a touristy pick.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't go to 12
That's where
South.
all the girls are.
It's like,
Is that where the girls
bachelorette
are?
parties.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the metrics were on this list. Was it, like ratings from the fans, from the Yelpers?
I would assume so, since it's Yelp reviews.
Right.
Yeah.
There's not Mr. Yelp out there. So that's what the people have spoken, Whitney.
Not surprised about NoCo at all. They have phenomenal customer service.
I still haven't been.
I went right when they opened and it was outstanding. So I bet it's even gotten better.
Yeah.
Yesterday's episode was all about our Michelin starred restaurants. And while I have been to Catbird Seat on someone else's dime, I've only been to Bastion for the nachos. I have not been to Locust. I got to step it up.
Can we take our team there, Whitney, on the
team building exercise at Locust?
Yes.
Yeah, razor clams for everybody in our team.
But that wasn't the only list we made this week, Marie.
Southern Living this week put out a list of the 20 best spots for chicken wings in the South. Nobles East made the list and also scored the cover of the January-February issue.
Wait. Nobles, the sports bar on Main Street, was
Yep.
on the cover?
The cover of
Southern
Living. You didn't see that in line at the grocery store?
I'm more focused on the gum section. That's crazy to me.
My wife, Elena, loves their wings. She's going to be stoked to see this.
I've never been. So tell me about the wings. What makes them so great?
Well, we normally get like the Thai chili. Those are fire.
I love a good hot wing. Anyway, also on that list of best wings in the South, Brother Z's Wang Shack on Dickerson Road. Also made the cut, which is cool. And in more food news updates, go off Nashville. The Catbird Seat, Taylor, and the chef at Rolfe and Daughters are all 2026 James Beard Award semifinalists. The winners will be announced in June.
This is incredible. Ooh. This is an incredible wealth of awards. But here is my honest question. Does a local restaurant getting an award make you feel like, I got to go there? Like, are these awards for us? Or are they for people who are coming from out of town?
They're for out of town because we've been going there all along. I don't need a Michelin star. I don't need them to be on a list for me to go.
Yeah.
I've been going. I mean, not the Catbird Seat because I can't afford it. Right. But someday.
If anything, it makes me like push back my plans to go there because I know it's just going to be so packed with people.
Oh, good point.
And also, I just want to say, it's a lot of the same restaurants that end up on these lists. I think maybe here at CityCast Nashville, we need to start celebrating the amazing local restaurants that don't end up on lists. So I'm going to ask everybody, no thinking, number one restaurant that you think should be on lists, but isn't. I'll start. 210 Jack.
Szechuan Hot Pot.
Pie Town Tacos.
There you go. 3 recommendations to check out this weekend if you can safely. And then we've talked about all this shiny food news, but what about beer? What about beer, Marie? The Nashville Business Journal reported yesterday that Jackalope Brewing, makers of Lovebird and Bear Walker, my 2 favorite seasonals in town, they've acquired Black Abbey Brewing. The good news is they will keep brewing as Black Abbey. So fans of the Rose, you have nothing to worry about. I can't find any info on what's happening with their tap room. I'm assuming it will stay open. You know, this is coming after a year that saw Bearded Iris get acquired by Wiseacre and Southern Grist get acquired by a brewery out of Knoxville that I'm surely mispronouncing called Zool. And I guess I'm just really curious to see how things like less consumption of booze amongst generation, whatever the kids are called now, and aluminum tariffs, how all of this is going to reshape what I previously thought was a very strong local microbrewery scene. Also, what's going to happen to freaking Barrique in their space down there by Crosspoint.tv with all of this East Bank construction and stuff? Like, is that warehouse still going to be there?
Right.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to our local brewery trolley that goes around
Ding, ding.
and brings people to these breweries?
I love the Music City Brew Hop. Well, let's hope that Black Abbey Tap Room stays open. It's a cool space. And I guess congrats to these 2 beer people on their lovely marriage. Please, may you thrive.
Congratulations. We actually have a neighborhood shout out, what is a neighborhood shout out? Well, it's a perk that CityCast Nashville neighbors get. So we have from Jeannie M. She wrote in that the Briggs Institute, Inc. is a marriage and family therapy practice providing high quality, compassionate mental health and relationship care. So we are shouting out the Briggs Institute. You can go to thebriggsinstitute.com to learn more.
Jackalope and Black Abbey, if you need them, the Briggs Institute will be there for you. And finally, weekend events. These might all get screwed up by the Snowpocalypse, but my picks are K-pop club night tonight at the Vinyl Lounge, conveniently located right next to another great local brewery, Fate La Force. Disney's Frozen in concert at the Skirmerhorn. That's Saturday and Sunday. That may be literally frozen. It's possible that they, in fact, did this to us. And then shout out the Rocking Dry January non-alcoholic cocktail class at Killjoy's East Nashville location on Saturday evening. You can get more info about all of these on our website, nashville.citycast.fm. Daniel, Marie, anything y'all were looking forward to?
Oh, well, thanks for the reminder, Whitney, because I was actually supposed to go see Nerdgasm, which is Dirty Nerd Burlesque, on Saturday night at Corsair Distillery and Tap Room. However, it's already been rescheduled for March 14th.
Oh, no.
And I've had those tickets for months.
You're missing out on your nerdgasm.
I know. I'm not going to have a nerdgasm this weekend. I was really looking forward to that release. And then Mavis Staples is at the Ryman on Saturday. And I'm just so curious if she's going to make it to town.
If the snow cancels Mavis Staples, that's a true sign that God hates us.
Travesty.
I know.
Yeah.
Travesty. Daniel, you doing anything?
I'm just stoked to go sled at Shelby Park. We have a hill by our house that's massive, and so I'm excited to see that.
Don't get arrested.
Yeah.
Watch out for cops.
It's like in our neighborhood, so we should be good.
Okay, fingers crossed. Y'all, hey, take care of each other. Be safe.
Please.
Check on your neighbors.
Stay safe.
Clean off the top of your car before you drive it.
Leave your windshield wipers open.
Oh, yeah, that's a good tip.
Oh, that's what my neighbor just texted me to do that. Don't forget.
Pop those windshield wipers up. It helps immeasurably.
That's right. Again, stay safe. And we'll be reporting about the snow on our Instagram. So follow us at CityCast Nashville on the gram.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
That's all for today here on CityCast Nashville. And don't forget, you can support this show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Nashville neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. I'm your host, Marie Cecile Anderson. Our executive producer is Whitney Pasterek. Our producer is Daniel Sumstein. With additional support this week from Adrian Gonzalez, Natalia Aldana, and Elizabeth Kama. Our Hey Nashville newsletter editor is Margaret Kingsbury, and our theme music is by Prof Jenkins. If you enjoyed the show, why not tell your friends? Rate the show, leave us a review, and subscribe to our Hey Nashville newsletter. We'll be back Monday morning with more news from around the city. Toodles.